So the trip begins. So I saw a park on the Google. Decided to stop and make my video today. I don't know if it sucks or not, but we'll figure it out. Doesn't look very parky. Oh, I see picnic tables and shit. Shade. God forbid we have shade. Oh, there's shade there. There's the spot. Well, I'm in Ohio. This video is brought to you by Chris and Amy. Chris is suggesting I eat oatmeal on my journey to be a cheap ass, and oatmeal tends to sit in my fat gut a lot longer, and I don't know, I feel weird when I eat it, like fucked up, not healthy and shit. And Amy, I visited in South Dakota a couple years back, I think it was, when I was going through there on a road trip. So thank you two for giving me a break from deliveries, which is pretty much what I've been doing to get across the country. So how that's been going, it's been working. Like, I haven't dipped into my savings. I'm even ahead like $40, $50, something like that, of my expenses so far. And I'm about to cross into Indiana in about an hour or so, and it's working out. You know, it's definitely viable, you know. So I don't know, my trucking days may be fucking numbered. Shit. Of course it has to get windy as soon as I come out here, and there has to be a wasp in here. So I've spent, you know, average $30 a day with fuel. I spent a little more today because I bought some wipes and stuff from Walmart and shit, and I just turn the app on whenever I need to even out the balance, so to speak. You know, I've been doing more food deliveries than retail deliveries, simply because they're easier on, like, the amount of space that food deliveries take up is a lot smaller. Thankfully, it's a good thing I didn't bring the fridge, because that space has been heavily utilized for doing deliveries. But I've been getting along fine without it. Like today when I stopped to eat, all I did was I went into Walmart and I got some bread, which will last me a couple days, maybe longer. I don't know how long it'll last in the car. And I went to the deli and had them slice me up, I think it was a half pound of ham, which is a lot, very filling. Grabbed some packets of mustard, had them slice me up some provolone cheese at the deli, and just ask for what you want on your sandwich, essentially. And it's, probably you save yourself $4 or $5 off of, like, as opposed to if you went to Subway and had them make you a sandwich. And bought some more, like, snacks for the road too. So overall, that's what I ate today, and that's all I'll eat today. And I've already filled up on gas for the day, so I'm probably going to press to Illinois tonight, and I'll stop at another rest stop. That last night I slept 12 hours at a rest stop. I was so comfortable. I didn't run the vehicle. I had, like, the back windows rolled down a little, just a crack so that there wouldn't be any condensation buildup, because when you sleep in your car, sometimes if it's cold out at night and it's warmer in your car, you'll get condensation build up inside your windows. On the flip side of that, doing the food delivery, when I'm running the air conditioner while I'm driving and stuff, I've noticed that there is condensation buildup in the fucking the food bags. So I'm like, shit, how do I deal with that? So I've been stuffing paper towels in there, hoping that absorbs some of it, so people don't get soggy food. But I haven't had any complaints, so everything's going fine there. But I'm psyched. You know, I'm not to the fun part of the country yet. I'm in fucking Ohio, all right? The fun part is when I cross into the Rocky Mountains. That's when this trip will really start to get interesting. So, but I'm gonna walk around the park a little bit, stretch my legs, and get back on the road, you know, and shit. The ducks are like, fuck this guy. There's a motherfucking turtle. Oh, turtle said fuck that. So this is Brookville, Ohio, and I gotta give it 5 stars for a public park. They got wildlife, there's fish all in there. I don't know if you can see them, but there's like a ton of fish in this pond. And that turtle, you got ducks and geese and shit. It's a pretty good place to chill and enjoy some outdoorsy shit. Good job, Ohio. Right off the fucking I-72. I missed this. You know, you don't get to do shit like this when you're trucking. You know, you get rest areas and truck stops, and maybe a Walmart, but even those they'll kick your ass out of there nowadays. Whereas this Prius, I can go anywhere. It's worth the pay cut to me. It is at this point. If I can continue to sustain myself, pay for my fuel costs, pay my bills, pay my, you know, expenses of surviving and living, you know, and maybe build up a little savings on the side over time, seems worth it to me. Worth the pay cut. But, you know, ain't for everybody. So, as you can see, my work mode / bed mode is in effect right now. I've got this shit for my food delivery, like a pizza bag and a food warming bag. I'm finding that the food delivery is a little more easy to do when you got all your shit in your car. So, but back here is my bed mode. I've got my bags under the blanket. Everything is black so as to not easily be seen through tinted windows. But yeah, that's the tour. I've got my bins under here, underneath this carpet. So there's that. You know, I've got some food in there, all dry goods, loaf of bread, so I can just get sandwich meat. And that's that. So this is office mode. It's one of my seats is folded to sit in. The front seat goes all the way forward, and this stays folded down. The mattress folds up, blocks almost everything in the back. I did duct tape this because I got tired of fucking with it. It's a pain in the ass to put these because none of this is sized for my windows. It's all just shit I bought in Walmart a long time ago, and I've been using it ever since. You know, and then I got a bunch of these, you know, insulated window cover foldy thingies that I just put up where I need to. I still leave one port open to kind of, you know, if I need to glance out at what's going on one side or the other, I can do it on either side of these ports. or I can just look out the front. The curtains are blackout curtains, you know, and basically back here I can set up my laptop, do my shit there, you know, change, rub my balls with some wipes, you know, stuff like that. So one of the reasons I set this particular thing up right now is I wanted to use some baby wipes, change into some more comfortable shorts because I'm tired of wearing these jeans and I don't really have anything else I'm doing in public today. So I'm going to be driving most of the evening up until it's time to go to bed. When it comes to bedtime, you know, when I'm driving, I have to take this shit down so I can see out the window. So that's that. I don't need to see out the back because I got the side mirrors and a reverse camera, so it's not a big deal there. But for the most part, it's nice to kind of, you know, see what's going on around your vehicle. I'm used to never being able to see out the back as a trucker anyway. But like I said, it's got the reverse camera and all of that if I need that. But yeah, I pulled over basically to change into some shorts, clean myself up a little, you know, freshen up a little with some baby wipes. And then I'll press back on, and my goal is to be in Illinois when I shut down tonight. So, hopefully. So I made it to Missouri and at a rest area again. Priorities for today are quite simple. I need a shower, so I'm going to go to a truck stop and shower. Then after that, I need to make some money to pay for today's fuel, food, and of course the shower. So I'll be stopping in Kansas City for a few hours and trying to work off whatever money plus probably tomorrow's fuel as well, and then press on into Kansas and then Colorado from there, you know. And then I think the next work stop will be Denver, and then onward to Utah and do all of that. So this is a lot more freedom than trucking ever provided. I do say not having a coffee maker and, you know, all the fixins on board for coffee, it takes some getting used to. Like, I wish I had coffee right now, but I'll get some when I get to the next, pretty much the next coffee place I see I'm going to stop at. So, got to earn money for that too. So, things are going to get tight. I have a bill coming due, I think, by the end of the week. So, when I'm actually in Vegas, I'm going to have to work off that bill to keep my balance, you know, where it's at. So, it's the challenge of this attempt at changing lifestyles, and I'd say that so far I'm happy with it. I did drive through that gnarly storm yesterday, so that can be worrying when you're in a car and you're in these places that are prone for tornadoes and hail. Thankfully, I saw no hail, but the lightning was no joke. Like, it was pretty close to striking around me and shit. So, anyways, get back on the road, be productive again, and shit. I did have to run the car last night. It got too hot and humid in here, and even with the windows cracked. So I woke up in the middle of the night, started the car, and it's been running ever since. So, yeah. Alright. So don't worry, this video's almost over soon. We'll end it in after Kansas City. How's that? And I'll tell you how all that goes. Well, this is fucked up. Got no signal. Trying to use my Wi-Fi hotspot in addition to my cell phone to do this delivery. It's literally just this little fucking thing. And I'm literally in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. Like, this is like some boondocking shit that I'm very ill prepared for. 12-0. Very ill prepared. It looks like a normal house at least. Wow. If I don't get lost, I'll be fucking amazed. That's gotta be it. Oh, shit. Now to get out of here without any fucking GPS aid. Well, I decided that there's like a $5 bonus on food deliveries in this little ass town of Concordia, Missouri. It might be a bad call because they tend to offer bonuses in places that are either slow or nobody wants to drive there because the restaurants are shit. It has about 6-7 restaurants in this little area, so if there is delivery, the question is the demand there? You know, if I'm going to sit for a whole hour and I don't get any deliveries, I will cancel and move on, because then that means, you know, yeah, that $5 bonus is great and all, but I'm sitting here playing with myself for a fucking hour if for one order, if I'm lucky, unless that's a $20 order, which never happens. It's pretty much not worth it for the bonus. So, and I will move on to Kansas City if that doesn't work out. I will say that, you know, I'm just enjoying the freedom of this. Like, I work when I want to work. Yeah, I'm driving technically to across the country on my own dime. A lot of empty miles I'm putting in, but I'm going to Vegas. Aside from people that live there, you know, how much would you have to, like, if you're not in Vegas or not from that area, how much would you have to pay to go to Vegas? And the next video, I'll kind of go over, when I arrive at Vegas, I will go over how much I spent to get there. And that's going to include food lodging. So subscribe to my shit, and I'll tell you all about how much it costs me to drive across the country and sleep in my car and pay for gas. Keeping in mind I do have a Prius, which I'm averaging 44 miles a gallon, and that was with running it last night, which only cost me $1.50. And, I'll just give you an idea how much it costs for me to go pretty much across the country. I mean, it's only a skip, hop, and a jump to LA from Nevada if I were to continue to the West Coast. But who the fuck wants to go into California? That would just be stupid. I'm running a little behind. I might actually get there when everyone else gets there on Wednesday. And we'll see how that goes. I would like to be there a day earlier so I can scout out parking and different places that I can do my stealth camping thing at. So, alright. Well, I'm going to sit here and watch YouTube videos until I get an order or until it's been an hour. Oh, my Wi-Fi hotspot worked. That's excellent. And maybe I'll get my GPS working again. Google knows where I am, right? I mean, it was a sweet delivery, don't get me wrong. It was going in the direction I needed to go. A little out of route, but it, what the hell has Google got me doing now? It took me a little out of route. I'm about half hour north of I-70. I just thought it was just insane that somebody had that little ass fucking package delivered way the hell out here and paid to have it brought way the hell out here. See, this is an actual crossroads here. You got dirt and gravel and shit. We're in Kansas for sure. This definitely feels like Kansas. I'm getting the full fucking Kansas experience. But I made my money back from all the fuel and shower and the food that I did today so far. I'm going to probably stop and get something else to eat later, which I'll make up for tomorrow when I hit Denver, hopefully. Assuming I make it out of this alive. My rear brake is making grinding noises, which in the past I've been told happens after a rainstorm and it sits overnight. But it's not the most pleasant thing to hear when you're in the middle of fucking nowhere, Kansas. It's motherfucking adventure, and I love it. Actually, I'm having fun. This is cool. Oh, what the fuck? Get out of the road. Yeah, this guy looks like he'll shoot me in the face. Wow, he looked fucking... I ain't gonna lie, he looked creepy. Definitely getting like Devil's Rejects vibes there. Ironic coming from me, huh? Who knew that doing gig work would take you this far into the fucking nether regions of middle of nowhere? I was shitting myself when I first got on this road. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Roads like this make flat tires. Hey, doggy. It's a dog just chilling in the country. Didn't I? Well, I'm getting the full fucking nomad experience. So I'm in Colorado, Bennett, Colorado right now. And, well, my right rear brake locked up. But it only locks up going forward. I can go in reverse, and then it'll go forward for a little bit, and then it'll catch and lock up. It's also making some really bad grinding noises. So, thankfully, I have AAA. So, I've arranged for a tow. They're going to bring me to Aurora, Colorado, where hopefully I can get my brake fixed quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to have to use another tow and shit. I'm going to try calling the shop and say I got AAA coming in. And I'm going to try and see what I can do about getting scheduled there. Otherwise, I might be late for Vegas, which would suck. As long as I can get in time for the concert. It sucks when your car breaks down. That's going to eat a chunk out of my money. That's extra time I got to spend doing gig work once it's repaired. It just... Well, I wanted an adventure, so I got an adventure. Anyways, let me get back on this. AAA is working on getting me a tow, which means they're probably driving here from Aurora, which is a good half hour away. Fuck. Well, I've got AAA on the way. It's a 19-mile tow. I had to change the shop I was going to because the first shop I called was like, oh, we can't get to you till the end of the month. And then they referred me to another shop, and that shop said they can get me in. So, for a brake job. So, and if that wouldn't work, who knows how long I'd be stuck, Thankfully, it's not an issue where I can't run the car because then I can just sleep in the car and hang out or whatever. But this is the first time in the Prius that I've had to break down and go get a shop while sleeping and living in the Prius. So we'll see how this goes. This could suck. I could end up in a fucking hotel, if they don't allow me to sleep on the property. I don't imagine they'll have a problem with it because we'll see. And the other issue is how much is this going to cost? I have an emergency fund to cover this. A brake job shouldn't be more than $400 or $500, and that's if they replace everything. Depends on how fucked up it is that it's locking up. So, but I'm pretty sure it's the right rear brake that locks up on me. Oh, it sucks though. It fucking sucks. We'll see. And that shoots my whole plan down, We'll see how it works. Hopefully this AAA guy knows his shit, gets me in there and quick. I gotta get my shit ready for being towed.
I bet you're going.
So, my entire emergency fund is gone. I have to rebuild it as I go on this trip. If anything else goes wrong in the next week or so, I'm fucked. So, I don't, it's an uncomfortable feeling. Let alone when you're a nomad and your vehicle / home is in the shop and you're sitting in a waiting room for 5 hours. I looked up, the Kelly Blue Book on a brake job, so they charged me about $100, and it would have been more without the AAA discount, but they charged me about $110 more than what the Blue Book says it should be for 2 axles on brakes and rotors. It was like a $500 labor on it. So, I have to stay in Denver an extra day to try and make some of that up. Already got a schedule for my food delivery, and then I'm gonna look around after I eat, because I haven't eaten all fucking day. And at least, I can, I used to live in Denver, so I'm gonna stop into an old pizza place I used to eat at all the time, and that'll be my dinner. And then it's grinding out some fucking money to make up for the loss. I still got money for the trip, but watching my emergency fund evaporate in one fucking day is not something, that was supposed to cover if I had a tire issue or any other kind of fucked up, or, I had to go beyond my tow limit. I have AAA, so that helped a lot. But it just goes to show, now if everything was going smooth and the car didn't break down, I was doing fine. I was breaking even on, food and all of that, as in I didn't dip into my savings at all. But now I'm kind of in an uncomfortable zone, and it'll probably be, probably a while in Vegas before I can make enough money back to where I'm like, okay, at least I got half an emergency fund. But when all my friends leave Vegas, and depending on, it's really going to cut into my budget on what I do in Vegas too. I've got a couple things lined up, but I'm not going to be too extravagant. I'm going to be a cheap bastard while I'm in Vegas for the most part. But we'll see how I can do making up some of my emergency fund now. But this sucked. I was on fire. I was having a great fucking time, and then the brake locked up, and I was like, And I did luck out. It happened near Denver. I know Denver fairly well, and plus I had AAA, that I haven't used in years. Like, I've had AAA all these years, and I've never used it, and now I've used it. Definitely was worth its weight in gold today. Plus the 10% discount, it saved me $100 at the shop. I probably could have shopped around more, but when you're in an emergency like this, given that so many places won't fucking take you, they'll be like, look, we're booked, we got too much shit. Apparently this guy, he was like, I know what it's like to be stranded. I know what it's like to break down on a road trip. So he got me in right away, and probably I would say that extra $100 on top of the blue book for the brake job. I'd say that's probably compensation for the getting me in as quickly as he did. Because they were turning other people away while I was there. It was quite interesting. It's kind of scary, just how quickly things can get fucked up. If I hadn't had the emergency fund, I'd be out on the side of the fucking highway holding up a sign, need money for repairs. Anyways, I'm going to go get some food. I'm starving. And then I'm going to get to work and kind of relive some memories here in Denver, But that's it for this video. I'm going to cut this off now. Look forward to the next part of the adventure. Please like and subscribe for more shit, and I'll make more shit. If you like this video and you want me to keep making videos and spend time making videos, especially now that I got to spend a lot of gig economy time, please head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual tip jar, and I will try and spend as much time as possible making videos. But I appreciate those of you who have supported this trip thus far. It definitely helped. It was a part of that emergency fund that got blown out by my brakes. So, but the link's down below if you want to tip me for making these videos and stuff. And hopefully Vegas goes smoothly. The concert's already paid for, so even if I do nothing else in Vegas and just go to the concert and shower, I've already got parking spots lined up because I got to sit and research all day. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how car camping goes in Vegas, but it doesn't look too rough. I saw a few good reviews and some parking spots. So have a nice motherfucking day and shit. And always have an emergency fund if you're a nomad, because you never know when you're gonna just be fucked. It could have been way worse. He could have said, I can't get to you today, or they could have got halfway through the repairs and then closed, and then I would have had to go stay in a hotel to survive, which would have been even more fucking money. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind if you're gonna do this. It's not all fucking roses and safety. It's great when your vehicle don't break down, but when your vehicle breaks down, which is going to happen, people, sooner or later, your shit's gonna break. You need to have money to cover repairs. I'd say at least $2,000 you should have. You know, I had about $1,500 for my emergency fund, and most of it's gone now. So you can imagine, you should have at least $2,000 just in case for repairs when you're road tripping across the country like this, you know, to be safe. That's my public service announcement for the day. And AAA. Get AAA premium so you get towed. All right. I'm going to go now and just kind of calm my shit down, because this was very stressful today. This was fucking stressful.